Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on B106 and B106.com this afternoon from Eddie Underwood American Legion Field in Fort Morgan. It's the final game of the regular season as the Fort Morgan Mustangs, the Colorado 7 League champions, take on the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. I'm John Beltran. Let's get to the starting lineup for Fort Lupton. Batting first is the shortstop Isaiah Padilla. Second baseman Lorenzo Antuna hits second. Batting third, the third baseman Andrew Adame. Manny Ledesma will be hitting fourth. Batting fifth is Riley Reed. The left fielder John Cook hits sixth. John Howard in center bats seventh. Andrew Segovia, the first baseman, hits eighth. And Modesto Martinez will be batting ninth. And the Mustangs will definitely have a few changes here from their normal alignment, because they're playing for the third time in as many days. Nate Cage, though, is at first. The second baseman is Bladen Pollitt. And it's more in the lineup than on the field. Third is Austin Cosman at short. Carlito Urquieta. Here's the pitch to Padilla to begin the game. And the fastball is down and in. Trevor Shurtleff is in right. Daniels in center. Hector Luna is the left fielder. And the pitch, and the catcher is Kenny Keller. And now it's 2-0. Joey Schneider on the hill. The opening pitch brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. And the 2-0. Swung on and grounded weakly toward short. Urquieta's got a charge. He gloves, throws on the run, and that is in time. Padilla thought he was safe. Instead, there's one down. A slow moving infield there. Not the infielder, but the grass itself. We had some rain yesterday, which has slowed down the field. One down for Antuna. Schneider's had very limited activity this year. Wind and pitch. Fastball is up and in. Stone 4 2/3 innings. An ERA of 6. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him. On the outer half, it's 1-1. One ball, one strike to the right-handed hitting Lorenzo Antuna. And the pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. It's 1-2. One ball and two strikes. Wind and offering. Curveball is fouled to the screen. And follow us on Twitter at B106 or our B106 Facebook page. That is always the custom. One ball and two strikes, the offering. Fastball is upstairs. That levels the count at 2-2. A pitch-by-pitch account at KSIRsports.com. Click on Faster Connections. And the link for today's game, the offering. That is a called strike three fastball down the middle just above the knees. And there's two down. We'll have a nice tribute to one special human being coming up at the very end of this game. You don't want to miss that. Certainly we're sticking around in this regular season finale for the Mustangs. Two down for Andrew Adame. Here's the wind and pitch, and that fastball is low. One ball and no strikes. Here's the wind and offering. Breaking ball is grounded to second. Pollitt is right there. He throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Joey Schneider. Let's head to the bottom of the first. Fort Lupton does not score, and the Mustangs are coming to bat. This is B106 and B106.com. The Mustang starting lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about their story of commitment at Cargill.com. Batting first is the center fielder Kyle Daniels. The right fielder Trevor Shurtleff hits second. Batting third is the third baseman Austin Cosman. The cleanup hitter is the pitcher Joey Schneider. Batting fifth is the shortstop Carlito Urquieta. The catcher Kenny Keller bats sixth. Trey McBride will hit 7th. He's the DH. Nate Cage bats 8th. He's the first baseman and senior second baseman. Bladen Pollitt will hit 9th. Defensively, for Fort Lupton, Andrew Segovia's at first. Lorenzo Antuna at second. Manny Ledesma's the third baseman. At short is Isaiah Padilla. Around the outfield, John Cook in left. John Howard in center. The right fielder is Modesto Martinez. And the changeup is low. Behind the plate is Riley Reed. And Andrew Adame, the big right-hander, with a 1-ball, no-strike pitch to Kyle Daniels, hitting .508, changeup down and away. These two teams played on Wednesday when the Mustangs clinched the Colorado 7 League title, winning by a score of 20-5. Swung on and grounded to first, and stepping on the bag will be Segovia. Daniels not happy with that at bat. He's out number 1. Yeah, he got out in front of that changeup. Well, that lowers his average to .500. Trevor Shirtliff, the sophomore, hitting .323, is in there. And the changeup is in the dirt. The Mustangs are 15-3 going into this game. They'll be on the road for the district tournament semifinals a week from tomorrow. We won't know who they match up with until Wednesday. Changeup is a strike on the outside corner. Nothing but off speed. 1 ball and 1 strike with the bases empty. 1 down in the bottom of the first inning. And this is first versus worst in the Colorado 7. The pitch bounces it up there. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Mustangs are 37-0 all time in the Colorado 7. Shirley back of the box for the right side. 2-1. Overcast afternoon here in Fort Morgan. Swung on, lined, and off the third baseman's glove, but picked up by Ledesma. Throw to first is in time. Probably should have caught it on the fly, but nonetheless made the play. So there's 2 down. And that'll send up Austin Cosman. Cosman is hitting .500 on the year. A banner season for this Mustang. Here's the wind by Adame, the pitch in the dirt with a changeup. 1 ball and no strikes. Cosman homered on Wednesday, second on the team, tied with Schneider, 2 home runs. And the 1-0, up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. To Cosman. The wind by Adame, and that changeup's in there for a strike on the inside corner. I was thinking Ledesma. Him and Ledesma are similarly built. Adame's a little bit bigger. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 down, the bases empty. The bottom of the first. No score. And the pitch. And that changeup is in the dirt again. 3-1 to Cosman. Waving the bat from the right side, and the pitch. And he swings and drills it high and deep into left field, way back towards the track, and it's a home run for Austin Cosman. Over the left center field fence. Cosman drills his second homer in as many games against the Blue Devils, his 3rd of the year. And the Mustangs lead the Blue Devils 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. And that was a hanging changeup thrown by Andrew Adame. That'll bring up Joey Schneider. Cosman demonstrating that raw power. Cosman was hitting .500 going into that bat. Schneider at .333. The wind and pitch, and he swings and fouls it right behind the plate. Count is at 0-1. To Joey Schneider. Adame, the right-hander, delivers. And that fastball down and away. Levels the count at 1 strike. To the senior pitcher. And the offering. And he takes that changeup in the dirt, scoots away from the catcher, Reed. Ball 2, strike 1. And against Fort Lupton on Wednesday, Cosman and Schneider went back-to-back. He's in a hitter's count right now with 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind and pitch. He swings and drills it into deep center field. That one headed towards a gap, and it's going to be caught out there by Howard, racing to his left. And the inning is over. No runs. Check that, 1 run. A solo homer by Austin Cosman. How did I forget that quickly? That was the only hit of the inning. We go to the second. It's Fort Morgan 1, Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. Let's head to the second inning. In Fort Morgan, the Mustangs lead the Fort Lupton Blue Devils 1-0 on a solo homer by Austin Cosman on Senior Day. It'll be Joey Schneider taking the mound for the second inning, facing the heart of the order. For the Blue Devils, as stepping in is Manny Ledesma, followed by Riley Reed and John Cook. Yeah, these Blue Devils struggled. They did not score against the starter, Carlito Urquiera. Here's the wind by Schneider and the pitch, and the fastball is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. And Kenny Keller caught some against Fort Lupton on Wednesday, now getting more than likely the full game here in the regular season finale. And the 1-0. Swing and a foul at the plate. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike to Ledesma. Overcast skies, but no threat of rain. Just get 5 innings in at the least, and the Mustangs will come out of here with a 16-3 record. And the offering, and the breaking ball is grounded down the first base side. Gloved nicely by Cage to his left. He'll step on the bag for the out, and there's 1 down. It's a very good play by the sophomore. That'll bring up Riley Reed, who really struggled defensively with a couple of errors on Wednesday. Reed, though, had 2 hits in the game. And that 20-5 Mustang victory, the pitch swung on, hit weakly on the ground on the right side. It'll be gloved by Schneider, tosses to first, and there's 2 down. Schneider's recorded 5 outs on only 15 pitches. He does have a strikeout as well. John Cook will hit from the right side. And Schneider's somebody you've got to consider in the postseason. Besides Carlito and Trevor Shurtleff, and the offering up and in, of course, Kyle Daniels being your number 1. But you get by that game, and you never know what you have in that district championship game wherever the Mustangs land. 1 ball and no strikes to John Cook. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan, B&B Appliance, with a full and complete line of Whirlpool appliances in downtown Fort Morgan. The fastball's a strike down the middle, thigh high, and the count levels at 1-1. Keller sets up towards the outside, now reconfigures. It's a strike on the outer half with a fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Schneider looks very good out there. The tall right-hander gets the sign. Here's the wind and the 1-2, and the breaking ball is fouled to the screen. Remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 Fort Morgan. We're in the top of the second inning. Here's the wind by Schneider and the offering. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Keller will have to throw out John Cook, and he does. 1-2-3 for the second straight inning for Joey Schneider. Let's head to the bottom of the second inning. in Fort Morgan. It's Fort Morgan 1 and Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. We head to the bottom of the second inning in Fort Morgan. The Mustangs lead the Fort Lupton Blue Devils 1-0. Carlito Urquieta will be followed by Kenny Keller and Trey McBride. Mustangs got a 2-out solo homer in the first from Austin Cosman. 5 seniors recognized and honored today on Senior Day. Cosman, Schneider, Urquietos coming to the plate, Bladen Pollitt, and Hector Luna. Here's Carlito from the right side against the tall right-hander Andrew Adame. The pitch, changeup, is in the dirt. We've said that a lot, even though the game's only in the second inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Temperature now dropping a little bit in Fort Morgan. And now Adame being asked to tuck his shirt in. 1-0 to Carlito. Digs back in. And Adame with a pitch. In the dirt again with a changeup. You got to get it there, and Adame's not done a consistent job of that. 2 balls and no strikes. He's thrown only 7 strikes and 11 balls. And the changeup is a strike on the inside corner. Had a little bit of curve to it. Got to sit back and keep the hands back. 2 balls and 1 strike. Adame working methodically. Delivers. Swung on, lined, and caught by the third baseman, Ledesma. Line shot is out, number 1. That's a second line drive that has been hit his way. Here's Kenny Keller. Keller hitting .356. A little bit behind Urquieta's .383 going into the at-bat. And the junior awaits. And he takes a breaking ball down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. More than likely, the Mustangs would play a game a week from tomorrow at 12:30 on the B and B106.com. Curveball is popped foul and out of play. Behind the backstop, the count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fort Morgan with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Keller digs in and awaits the pitch. And he swings and grounds it as short. Padilla has got it. Sets, throws, 2 down. Well, you wouldn't know this Fort Lupton team is 1-16. By the way they're playing so far. And that's happened with the Mustangs this year. They played better against these teams on the road than at home. Elizabeth being the exception. But Skyview, they beat them 10-0. In Thornton, won here 9-8. Walt Central, they destroyed them in Keensburg, won here 8-1. And they beat Fort Lupton 20-5. Pitch to McBride, swing and a miss on a changeup way out in front. No balls and 1 strike. The freshman leads a team with 3 home runs and is batting .425, second on the team, making third with 14 RBIs. And the pitch, and he swings and grounds it foul up the third base side. No balls and 2 strikes. Again, after the game, we'll have a special tribute. 2 to 3 minute tribute. You don't want to miss that. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. With the bases empty in the bottom of the second. And the Mustangs hold a 1-0 lead. Adame, the right-hander, delivers. That's in the dirt with another changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McBride, of course, with a home run power. He destroyed a ball yesterday against Vista Peak. The only home run hit by Fort Morgan. Here's the wind and offering, and he swings and lines it foul up the third base side. Count remains at 1-2. The Blue Devils dressed in their royal blue. The Mustangs in their home whites. Adame takes his time between pitches. He pitches at his own pace. And the 1-2. Swung on and lifted to center field. Howard is going back. Gets under it. Makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Adame. We have played 2. In Fort Morgan, the Mustangs won, and the Blue Devils nothing on B106 and B106.com. Let us head to the top of the 3rd inning. Fort Morgan with a 1-0 lead at home against Fort Lupton. 6 up and 6 down for the Blue Devils. It's John Howard, Andrew Segovia, and Modesto Martinez against the right-hander Joey Schneider. Righty against righty to begin the 3rd. Keller lays down the sign. And the pitch. Fastball is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Schneider, as opposed to Adame, works very quickly, like Kyle Daniels does. That pitch is in the dirt. B&J Plumbing can handle all your plumbing needs, from clogged drains to a major construction project. They're at 522-3828. B&J Plumbing. 2-0 pitch in the dirt again. 3-0 to John Howard. Line by Schneider, and the offering. Swung on and driven in the air to right field. And to his left, making the catch is Shirtliff. And that is one of the dumbest at-bats I've ever seen. I don't understand why you swing at a 3-0 pitch. That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm sorry. I don't get that at all. I mean, you're a decided underdog in the game. And you just bailed out Schneider there. But the Mustangs will take it. Here's Andrew Segovia. Wine and offering. And the fastball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. Swag and a miss. Went with a fastball just above the letters. And the count is at 1-1. Schneider delivers. Swing and a miss. Another fastball to the left-handed hitting first baseman for Fort Lupton. Ball 1, strike 2. With 1 down and the bases empty in the 3rd. And the offering. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 3 for Schneider. And there's 2 down for the right-handed hitting Modesto Martinez. Schneider has retired all 8 he's faced. Man, it's getting pretty overcast here, but I don't see any dark clouds. The offering goes to the screen on the fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, get 5 innings in, you're okay. Yeah, there's got to be something brewing here soon. I don't know how much we have left until rain hits this field. The offering. Fastball is low and away. 2-0 to the 9th place hitter, Modesto Martinez. With the Mustangs up 1-0 in the 3rd inning on Austin Cosman's first inning home run. And the 2-0. That's low. 3-0. Now let's see if Martinez is taking. 3 balls and no strikes. On deck, it's Isaiah Padilla. And the offering. That's right down the middle for a... Oh, must have been low. I have no idea where that missed. Martinez walks. Must have been below the knees. And that'll bring up Padilla, who grounded a short in the opening inning. Yeah, getting darker and darker here. Schneider out of the stretch for the first time in the game. And he stretches. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is fouled to the screen. It's 0-1. We knew there was a threat of rain. We were hoping it would hold off, and that still might be the case. We probably have at least another hour of baseball left, if not more. Stretch by Schneider. Throw back to first, back in diving is Martinez. Fort Lupton's lone victory was a 25-15 win over Aurora Central in a non-conference game. Padilla waits the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss and a fastball. Above belt level, it's 0-2. With 2 down, 1 on in the 3rd. in the visiting half. Schneider stretches. Schneider delivers. That is a called strike three with a fastball down the middle at the knees. Padilla throws the bat. And Joey Schneider has not allowed a hit through three. Let's head to the bottom of the third. It is Fort Morgan 1, Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. Let's head to the bottom of the third inning. The Mustangs hold a 1-0 lead over the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. And we're trying to squeeze this game in as some weather looks like it's coming in. Austin Cosman hit a solo home run in the third, and that's in the first, I should say, as we head to the third. And he will bat fifth in the inning if we get that far. Andrew Adame has retired the last four Mustangs. Nate Cage with his first at bat, the pitch, and he swings and misses at a changeup in the dirt. No balls and one strike. Cage going into the game is hitting .356. Hit a 3-run rocket for a home run against Fort Lupton on Wednesday. And the offering. And the changeup is in the dirt. Man, Adame throws a lot of pitches that fall short of the glove. A lot. At least he has in this game. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Cage awaits the pitch. And he swings and pops it up in the infield. The second baseman, Antuna, ranging in, makes the catch. And there's one down. Fort Morgan is not doing well against this changeup. A couple of hitters have squared at the third, and of course Cosman hit the home run. That sends up the senior second baseman, Bladen Pollitt. And the longer this game goes, the advantage goes to Fort Lupton only because they're a huge underdog. And the changeup is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Adame working deliberately. And the offering. Swung on that one has popped up into foul territory on the third base side. Ledesma ranges to his right, makes the catch. And there's 2 down. I'm telling you, Fort Morgan is getting underneath a lot of these pitches as Kyle Daniels will step in. Novus Auto Glass Repair and Replacement. Novus gets you back on the road, and AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. You can find it at any local grocery or convenience store near you. That's AC Ice. The pitch to Daniels. Changeup is away. He grounded to first in the first. One ball and no strikes. Wind and offering. Swung on. That is popped up into shallow center field. The shortstop Padilla is going to make the catch. 3 pop-ups, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Adame. We're going to head to the fourth. A rather surprising result so far. It's Fort Morgan 1 and Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. The Mustangs hold a 1-0 lead over the Blue Devils of Fort Lupton as we head to the fourth inning in Fort Morgan. And Joey Schneider has not allowed a hit as of yet, only 1 base runner. That was a 2-out walk into third to Modesto Martinez. Here's Lorenzo Antuna. He struck out his first time up. Wind and pitch, and the fastball is over but low. 1 ball and no strikes. Schneider looks in, turns and delivers. Fastball is up and in. 2-0. He's gotten into trouble at times, falling behind in the count. And the offering, swung on, popped up foul down the left side. Yeah, only 21 strikes and 17 balls thrown by Schneider. So the ratio is not great. But again, he's not allowed a hit. 2-1 to the second baseman. The second place hitter in the order. Antuna the pitch. Fastball low. 3-1. In the fourth inning, a very overcast afternoon in Fort Morgan. And the offering. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Shortstop Urquieta cannot get to it. He dives to his left. It's a base hit for Antuna. And that's the first base hit by a Blue Devil. Didn't have much speed going down the line if Urquieta could have fielded that. Here's Adame. He also doesn't run well. Adame grounded to second in his first at bat. The Mustangs are at double play depth. Keller lays down the sign. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He threw the fastball right by Adame. He was expecting all speed, and he gave him the heat. 0-1. The stretch and the offering. Fastball outside corner. It's 0-2. Make Stubbs Gas and Oil your next stop heading out of town. During your visit, you can gas up your vehicle, sit down to lunch, get snacks, and your hunting and fishing licenses. Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball down and away. Strikeout number 5 for Joey Schneider. And there's one down in the fourth inning. Here's Manny Ledesma, who grounded to first in the second. Again, Fort Morgan's at double play depth. Throw back to first. That's barely a lead. I think Joey thought he had a bigger lead. He was almost on the bag. Schneider's thrown 42 pitches and has retired 10 Blue Devils. And the pitch. Fastball is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Fort Morgan got their run in the first inning, a 2-out homer by Austin Cosman. And we have a balk. Schneider balked, and now Antune at second. All right, so a runner in scoring position. A base hit might tie the game here. The stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. It's 1-1 to Ledesma. Ledesma was 2 for 3 on Wednesday. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 Fort Morgan in the fourth. In the visiting half of the fourth. And the pitch. Fastball, a strike at the knees. On the outer half, it's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Schneider looks back. And the pitch. Curveball is grounded slowly on the left side. Cosman gloves it to his left. Fires to first. 2 down. Runner goes to third on a hop to slide to tag. Out at third base is Antuna. It's a double play. 5-3 to 6 with a shortstop Urquieta covering. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. 3.5 complete in Fort Morgan. It's Fort Morgan 1, Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. Let's see the Mustangs can get on track offensively. They're only in the lead 1-0 against a 1-16 Fort Lupton team, but Andrew Adame is doing the job as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. At some point, the Mustangs have got to adjust. And for Fort Morgan, they'll send up the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Trevor Shurtleff, Austin Cosman, and Joey Schneider. We played less than 40 minutes of baseball. And with the overcast skies, it's a positive sign that we're already in the bottom of the fourth inning in case it does rain. Got to get 5 innings in for the official game. Or 4.5 if Fort Morgan's leading at that point, being the home team. So here is Shurtleff. Shurtleff grounded out in his first at bat. And the pitch. And he swings and drives it in the air to center field. Howard to his left, still going, moves, and he can't make the catch on the dive. Shurtleff around first. He's into second with a leadoff double. And Howard nearly got to that one. It sailed just over the glove of Howard and backed up by Martinez in right. And here is Austin Cosman, who drilled a 3-1 changeup over the left center field fence in the first inning, accounting for the lone run of the game. The stretch by Adame. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. No balls and one strike. Off of second is Shirtliff. Adame looks back, looks in, looks back. Throw to second, back in diving is Shirtliff. Shirtliff with a pretty good lead, and Antuna, the second baseman, covering. And the offering. Swing and a miss. Again, mistiming the changeup was Cosman. It's 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Cosman trying to make the adjustment during this sequence. The 0-2. Swung and fouled up the third base side. Count remains at 0-2 to Austin Cosman. Shirtliff led off with a double. That was only Fort Morgan's second hit. They've really struggled offensively in this game. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on, driven into the right center field gap. That's going to roll all the way towards the fence. It's cut off finally by Martinez. Around third is Shirtliff. He will score. And Austin Cosman is into second with an RBI double, his second ribby of the game. And Fort Morgan leads Fort Lupton 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's a great piece of hitting there by Austin Cosman. Here's Joey Schneider. Popped out in his first at bat. The stretch. And the pitch. And that changeup is upstairs. So Schneider now will take the mound with some breathing room. And who knows, he could have a lot more than a 2-run lead. 1 ball, no strikes to the senior pitcher Schneider. As he digs back in. Cosman with a conservative lead. Pitches outside, way outside with a changeup. Yeah, you got to get to the top of the fifth inning. And again, it's not really ugly out here. It's just threatening weather. And now the lights are on at Legion Field. 2 balls, no strikes. The Mustangs have a run across. Schneider awaits the pitch. Long pause. And here it is. And he takes a changeup low. 3-0. Well, could this be the big inning for Fort Morgan? Adame's thrown just 43 pitches. Lots of early success, but now the Mustangs are making him work here. The 3-0 to Joey Schneider, and he takes a changeup for a strike. On the inside corner, it's 3-1. Yeah, the crowd is not thinned out at all. Temperature is very reasonable. 3 balls, 1 strike. Adame looks back. Joey awaits the pitch, and he takes a changeup inside, and he walks. First and second for Carlito Urquiera, who lined out to the third baseman Ledesma. We'll have a courtesy runner, Angel Abrego. Or check that. No, that's Anthony Arroyo. Arroyo is going to be running at first. So Cosman and Arroyo on the bases. Man, Adame is working. I can't believe this game has gone this fast with the way Adame works. He takes forever just to get 1 pitch to the plate. Urquiera waits, squaring to bunt, and he missed it. And Carlito, for some reason, he struggled on bunts, at least when I've seen him. Against Fort Lupton on Wednesday, he missed 2 in a row. I mean, it looked like he's pulling the bat back. No balls and 1 strike. Got to get the bat out there. Let's see if he squares to bunt again. He will. And it's outside with a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-0 Fort Morgan. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning in the regular season finale. Also the home finale against a Fort Lupton Blue Devil team that has just one win. So the Mustangs have got to really open things up here and not let Fort Morgan to remain in the game. 1-1 pitch, squaring to bunt. That's a nice one, right out in front of the plate. It's fielded by the pitcher. Throw to first will be made late. Excellent bunt by Carlito. And the bases are loaded for Kenny Keller. So Cosman, Arroyo, and Urquieta occupy the base paths for Fort Morgan. And remember, if they can have a huge inning and score 8 more runs and then shut down Fort Lupton, this would be a 4.5 inning game. Now the infield is playing in for the Blue Devils. The wind and the pitch, and that is over his back. 1 ball, no strikes. Lost total control of that changeup. 27 strikes, 22 balls for Adame. This will be the 50th pitch thrown by the Fort Lupton right-hander of the game. And the 1-0 in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. It's got to be big, over the middle, and fat for Keller to swing. Out of the windup with the bases loaded. The 2-0 offering. That's a strike. Excellent changeup of the outside corner just above the knees. And the count moves to 2-1. Austin Cosman has accounted for both RBIs, a solo home run in the first, and a double earlier in this inning. The 2-1 pitch, and he swings and grounds it weakly to third. Ledesma to the plate for the force. Throw to first is going to be high. That's a terrible throw by Reed. Into right field down the line. Arroyo scores. Urquieta's around third, and the ball is going to get loose in the infield. And the Mustangs lead 4-0. No RBI. And Reed made a very bad decision to throw that ball. Just an easy force at home would have been enough for Fort Lupton. But instead, just a terrible throw. And Adrian Marquez is now going to run for Keller. Here's McBride. McBride popped to center in his first at bat. The stretch and pitch, and the changeup is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. To the freshman who's had a huge year. And the offering, runner going, and it's low and away. The throw to second is going to be short hopped. Tag is going to be late. It's a stolen base for Marquez. And the count is at 1-1. And a nice jump, and you can do that against an off-speed pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 3 in. A Fort Morgan lead that is 4-0 right now. McBride awaits the pitch, and here it comes. And he takes it off the left hip on a changeup. First hit batsman of the game on either side. Here's Nate Cage. Cage popped out in his first at bat. And remember, the last time that he was up against Fort Lupton with 2 on base, he drilled a massive 3-run homer. The stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss way out in front of the changeup. Count is sitting at 0-1 to the Fort Morgan first baseman. Adame looks back. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, drilled down the left field line, but that's twisting foul. Count moves to 0-2 on Cage. Again, 3 more outs, and it's an official game. That would be 3 outs with the Mustangs on the field. Just in case we have some weather. No balls, 2 strikes to Cage. The runners take their leads. Adame delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a changeup, diving down into the zone. And that is out number 2. Second strikeout for Adame. Here's Bladen Pollitt. Pollitt is 0 for 1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, not even close. Threw him a fastball that time. That didn't get a good portion of the strike zone. Yeah, you can hear some thunder now. Yeah, got to get to this game. Swing and a miss. Fastball in the outside corner, 0-2. Yep, and we have some rain. It's starting to rain a little bit here in Fort Morgan. No balls and 2 strikes, and the offering. Swing and a miss. He missed it by a mile. And that does it for the... that should be an out. And it is. I don't think he tipped it at all. But the Mustangs do score 3 runs in the inning. And they do it on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. Let's get through the top of the 5th. We'll do that in 1 minute. Fort Morgan 4, Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. Let's head to the 5th inning. It's Fort Morgan 4, Fort Lupton nothing. And Joey Schneider, to this point, has allowed just 1 hit. Just a little bit of rain falling here in Fort Morgan. Nothing that will stop the game anytime soon. Here is Riley Reed. The pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outer half. Reed grounded to the mound in his first plate appearance. No balls and 1 strike. Schneider turns and delivers. Fastball is down and away. Levels the count at 1-1. Keller lays down the sign. And the offering. Swung on, fouled off to the right. Schneider's attacking the strike zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Had some rain yesterday in Fort Morgan. Much heavier, obviously, than what's happening right now. 1-2 offering. Fastball is away. The count levels at 2-2. The Mustangs scored a run in the first and 3 in the fourth. Going for their 16th win of the year. And 14-0 in league play. Breaking ball is inside. Ball 3, strike 2 to Riley Reed to begin the 5th inning. Let's see if Schneider just goes with a straight-up fastball. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball. 1 down. That should be strikeout number 6 for Joey Schneider. He's just cruising along in this one. The only hit came an inning ago from Lorenzo Antuna. And the offering. Fastball is down and away. John Cook struck out his first time up, hitting from the right side. And Keller with a 1-0 offering. Here it is. That's a fastball right down the middle. It's strike 1. For all your banking needs, see the folks at Bank of Colorado with locations across northeastern Colorado. The way banking should be. Member FDIC, Bank of Colorado. Swung on and grounded right side. Nate Cage to his right, can't get it. Second baseman Pollard goes to first with a pitcher covering. Safe! It's a base hit for John Cook. And that's the second one of the game for Fort Lupton. That'll bring up John Howard. Howard was the one who swung at a 3-0 pitch his first time up and in a 1-0 game and popped to right to lead off the inning, which is an inexplicably bad mistake. The Mustangs had double play depth with 1 down in the 5th. Schneider comes home, swung on and fisted foul off to the right. It's 0-1. Yeah, we'll let you know next Wednesday. You can check us out on Twitter at B106 or our B106 Facebook page as to when the Mustangs will be playing. What time on Saturday, May 9th, in a district tournament semifinal at a site to be determined. 0-1. Fastball is up and in. Levels the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fort Morgan did have one very close call this year. Of course, they've lost here this year, but in league play, when they beat Skyview in 12 innings, 9-8, fastball is over but low. Ball 2, strike 1. We're in the 5th inning in a game that has lasted not even 1 hour. The stretch with a runner at first. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball up and in. Moves the count to 2-2. Here to Howard. And the offering. Curveball is up and away. Let's see what Fort Lupton will do to see if they take a chance here. You can run here on a 3-2, but there's only one down and a 2-step lead for Cook at first. The pitch. Swing and a miss. A fastball. Throw back to first. And back in standing is Cook. Strikeout number 7 for Joey Schneider. And there's 2 down. 2 down for Andrew Segovia. He struck out his first time up on a fastball. Schneider delivers. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him. I mean, why throw another pitch if they can't catch up to the fastball? Got great mechanics, by the way. An easy turn. Drops the arm. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Same pitch. Same location, same result. No balls and 2 strikes to Andrew Segovia. Looking to strike out the side in the 5th inning is Joey Schneider. And the pitch swung on and popped foul, out of play. The count remains at 0-2. Fort Morgan at a 4-0 lead here in the 5th inning. Segovia digs back in the stretch. Schneider comes home. Curveball, swing and a miss, and he strikes out the side. Here in the top of the 5th inning, that's 8 strikeouts for Joey Schneider. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's now an official game. It's Fort Morgan 4, Fort Lupton nothing. This is B106 and B106.com. All right, we do have a new pitcher. Andrew Adame did a nice job for Fort Lupton. Allowed 4 runs on 4 hits through 61 pitches. But now Dante Vasquez is now on the mound, replacing Adame. And here is Kyle Daniels. And the changeup is a ball. Daniels has grounded out and popped out. Begins to rain a little bit harder here at Legion. Down and in. Count is sitting at 2 balls and no strikes. And that one's in the dirt. Short arm that pitch. 3-0. Three balls and no strikes to Daniels. Well, the Mustangs can put together a 6-run inning. That would be the game. And if Vasquez doesn't pitch better than this, goes that fastball upstairs, it's going to be an issue. First walk issued. Adame was in control. He didn't mess around at all. He hit a batter. Trevor Shurtleff has grounded out and doubled. Shurtleff is 1 for 2, and Daniels has a monumental lead. He could walk to second. The pitch swung on, grounded foul down the third base side. It's 0-1. Yeah, the rain just falling steadily. It's a drizzle right now. Huge lead. Daniels got to take off, and he does. And it's in the dirt, no throw. So Kyle Daniels is at second. With nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning, Fort Morgan leads Fort Lupton 4-0. And let's see, do we have some thunder? We might have a delay here. Yeah, we could have a sudden delay. Let's see, the home plate umpires speaking with third baseman Fort Morgan head coach Josh Langford. You could hear some thunder. I don't know about the lightning. Well, obviously there's got to be lightning somewhere, but how close is it? And again, it's an official game. So they could decide to end this thing if it does rain and it hangs around for a while. And the game would be over. But we continue. All right, so back inside the batter's box is Shirtliff. The stretch. And the 1-1. And he squares to bunt. The changeup is in the dirt again. 7 pitches have been thrown by Vasquez. Only one of them has been a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now the fans are starting to scatter a little bit. I don't blame them. And the offering, squaring to bunt, lays it down beautifully up the third baseline. Ledesma gloves, throws on the run. That's a beautiful play by Ledesma. Shirtliff is out. Advancing to third is Daniels. And there's one down for none other than Austin Cosman, who has had a huge game with a home run and a double. And the double also drove in 1. The pitch swung on, lined, and there's a base hit into left center field for Cosman. A run scores, crossing home plate is Daniels. And Austin Cosman has 3 RBIs in the game, 1 in each at bat. And Fort Morgan now leads 5-0 in the 5th inning. And he just waited on that changeup. There's Joey Schneider, who is 0 for 1. He has popped out and walked. And Cosman is 3/4 of the way to the cycle. Home run, double, and a single. Pitch to Schneider, and he takes a changeup low. 1-0. Schneider's been outstanding today on the hill, allowing 2 hits. Swung on, grounded off the end of the bat towards the second baseman. Long ranging for Antuna, throws to first for the out. Boy, he really had to scoot to his left. But he made the play. And there's 2 down. Advancing to second was Austin Cosman. And here's Carlito Urquiera. Carlito's lined out. And then a beautiful bunt single in his last at bat. And the pitch in the dirt with a changeup. That's got to be at least 15 or 20 they've thrown in the dirt between the 2 pitchers. Home of the $8.95 dinner menu during the week and the best prime rib on Friday and Saturdays at Atwood Steakhouse. The stretch and the 1-0. Changeup is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Fort Morgan, I don't know if they're 6 outs away. If we get through the game, the pitch in the dirt with another changeup, 3-0. Again, even if it's called at some point before the 7th inning, it's an official game. And it's 3-0, and stepping out is Carlito. With Kenny Keller on deck, you can hear the thunder from here. But how far away is the lightning? And the offering. And that changeup is down and in. Second walk of the inning issued by Dante Vasquez. And here's Keller, who's grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice. He is 0 for 2 in the game. And Vasquez works pretty slowly, just like Adame did. But again, we've only played an hour and 7 minutes, and we're only a couple of innings away from ending the game unless weather interrupts that ending or postpones it. The stretch with the runners taking their leads. Cosman is the lead runner at second. Swung on, tapped. Looked like it went off the batter's foot. Foul. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, head coach Josh Langford said earlier this year, I like our approach, but we have to change our timing. That's been the case with most hitters here. 0-1. Swung on. That's popped up in the infield. Into foul territory now. Reed, the catcher, locates it, makes the catch. And that does it for Fort Morgan here in the bottom of the fifth inning. However, the Mustangs do score a run. And Fort Morgan does it on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. The Mustangs in the game have stranded just 4. Let's head to the 6th inning. Fort Morgan is in the lead over Fort Lupton 5-0 on B106 and B106.com. John Beltran back with you at Eddie Underwood American Legion Field in Fort Morgan. We're in a rain-shortened game. The Fort Morgan Mustangs have defeated the Fort Lupton Blue Devils by a score of 5-0. As the weather's really hit, they've decided to call this game. It's an official game as the Mustangs pick up the victory. Joey Schneider goes 5 innings, allows 2 hits, and strikes out 8 as the Mustang post-game show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. Morgan Community College, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. The Mustangs got on the board in a first-inning home run from Austin Cosman. It was still 1-0. And then a 3-run 4th inning. Cosman with an RBI double contributed to that. Also had an RBI single in the 5th inning. So Schneider picks up the victory. Andrew Adame takes the loss. Time of the game, 1 hour and 11 minutes. The Mustangs conclude the regular season with a 14-0 Colorado 7 league record and 16-3 overall. Fort Lupton 0-13 in league play, 1-17 on the season. We told you at the very beginning of the broadcast we would have a tribute to a very special human being. We know that Mike Cosman, the father of senior third baseman Austin Cosman, is battling cancer. And even though Mike and I have had a few conversations in the past, I've never had a drink or shared a meal with Mike, but I know how wonderful of a person he is, not simply from my brief dealings with him, but through some who know him much better than I do, that love and respect Mike and will attest to the same. Brian and Kim Grennan, Doug and Leslie Linton, and Angie Hayes, just to name a few. So why is it appropriate to bring this up here on Morgan County's B106 following the conclusion of a high school baseball game? Is it only because Mike is fighting for his life and he's the father of a senior who's played his final home game? Well, that's certainly part of it. But many don't know that Mike was also an integral part of sports broadcasting here in Morgan County. You see, B106 is concluding its 15th year broadcasting Fort Morgan High School sports, and during that brief history, we've had just 7 play-by-play broadcasters, a list that includes our current football and basketball play-by-play man Brian Nickel, Alex Egan, who covered Fort Morgan football in 2011, Jeremy Weathers, who did the same for Fort Morgan wrestling for a number of years, Josh Miller, who called basketball and baseball for one season, Pat O'Rourke, who covered Mustang sports from 2002 through the 2011 baseball season. I'm in my 3rd season of calling Fort Morgan baseball and also did Fort Morgan football play-by-play from 2000 through 2002. The other is Mike Cosman. Before his accomplished work on this station, Mike did volleyball play-by-play for select matches on 1010 KSIR when Brian Grennan was the head coach of the Wiggins Tigers. Mike then ventured onto B106, working alongside Pat O'Rourke, and when Pat left Northeast Colorado Broadcasting, Mike took over the reins and called Mustang volleyball along with Kristen Miller during the 2011 season when his daughter Jamie was a senior. Jamie, by the way, followed in her father's footsteps and did a very nice job working alongside KFTM Scott Roberts during the 2014 season. Mike is the only person in B106 sports history to have served as the color analyst and play-by-play voice for any sport in separate seasons. And the last Mustang volleyball match Mike called on B106 was on October 20th, 2011. And at the end of the season, Mike told me he did not want to be financially compensated for any of the work he did during the season. We, of course, did pay Mike despite his request, but the fact he was willing to do such an excellent job for free said and says a lot about him. Mike Cosman, we are honored to have you as a member of our B106 sports family. We will continue praying for you, and we love you. Sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustang Baseball has been Braden Godin. I'm John Beltran. The final score, Fort Morgan 5, Fort Lupton nothing. We'll be back with you for the district tournament semifinals on May 9th at a time and a site to be determined right here on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com.